Hi, Sandy here. Today we're going to talk about tags and borders. I love tags and borders. Excuse me. I have been scrapbooking for 20 years. I was 41 when I started with a new baby. So I had 41 years of photos and obituaries and keepsakes that I had been saving. I never dreamed I would scrapbook someday, but when I had my baby 20 years ago, all these baby pictures kept coming in, and I wanted to write little details about them. Put them in a photo album with no details? No, that wasn't going to work for me. So I learned how to scrapbook. Didn't have any friends who scrapbooked or anything that I knew of, so I was pretty much on my own. So I started, it took me 16 years, I got caught up. So for like the last 4 years, I've been caught up with my scrapbooking. I only scrapbook when I get more pictures in. So I recently scrapbooked these. This is my cat Butterscotch. He's 11 years old. This is his book. This is all him. I scrapbook a lot. I'm one of those people that scrapbooks every picture. If the picture's not worth saving, I throw it away or I don't print it at all. But I scrapbook all the pictures. So this is a tag. This page here was pre-made, printed like that. I only do 8.5 by 11 pages. That's how I started. I'm never going to stop because, like my cat, for 11 years it just continues. His life continues. I keep adding to his book. Anyway, so I just put this picture of him. He's kind of small in this picture with our Mickey Mouse Christmas collection behind him. I matted it to fill in a little space, and I added this tag that I made, and I wrote in 2020. And then here's another Christmas. He's under the tree and by the Christmas tablecloth. And anyway, so here's a Christmas border. Here's a cat border I made, and a cat tag. And my pages just come together so fast using tags and borders. Less than a week ago, I got 173 photos. I scrapbooked them all in 3 days. And it was so easy and enjoyable. That's just my way of doing it. And I make basically the same layouts all the time. With the border, it's either like this or like this. Sometimes 2 photos with a mat. The tags, there's usually 3 photos with a tag. So you get the idea. Today I plan on working on making some border bases if I don't run out of time. So over the years I've ended up with this is my Christmas book with all of my Christmas stickers, embellishments, everything Christmas except the Christmas paper. And I've made borders and stuff. This is how I organize my stuff. And then there's some tags I've made, little embellishments. It's all here. You want Christmas? It's all here. I don't like sticker pages. I cut them apart, and I use a speck of glue, and I put them on a page, and then I can just peel it off when I want it. Just a speck of glue, because remember, you got to get it off the page. You don't want it permanently. And then I saw online using wax paper. You glue some wax paper onto your backing paper, and then you take your stickers directly off of there and put them on the wax paper. It kind of works, kind of doesn't. Sometimes you have problems with it. So I'm not going to do any more of that. And I just can flip through and see everything I have. And about once a year I go through and I reorganize and I make some more tags and borders. So for each, I've got, holidays, dogs, cats, weddings, birthdays, etc. I have sections for everything. So that's my tags and borders for the special occasions. And then I have this border book. And I make them by color. I sort them by color. This is my multicolor section. I can just flip through and find something. I need to make some more to fill in these empty spaces. There's a brown section, yellow section, and I just have a little bit of glue right here, and then I can peel them off and put them on my page. And I don't know why, but most of the time I make them with a straight edge on the left, and then like overflowing stuff on the right. So it always goes on the left side of the page, and it'll overlap the pictures a little bit. So I have tons of these borders, and I can just flip through and choose one. And then I have, this is how I spend my time since I don't have any pictures to scrapbook. So once you get caught up, there's still life after scrapbook. So then I have my tags. There's some tags. I just dropped the book. And I just flip through and find something acceptable for my page, and I try not to be super picky. Every once in a while I will make a custom tag to go with a page, but that slows me down. I prefer to just grab a ready-made one. Boy, I got some spaces to fill in on this book. And I even have backup supply. These are my Christmas tags and borders. Some multicolor, pink, green, purple, red. Those are out of the box package. Yellow and brown. So I have backup supply to keep my books filled. I just love making tags and borders. I have made thousands of each. Hundreds and hundreds. And recently I started making... Oh, I got the book upside down. Recently I started making... This is 3 borders. So that, imagine this is at the bottom of your page and then 2 photos up here. So sometimes you just have 2 photos, you put them side by side, and then fill in the space with a vertical, horizontal border. And I recently started making those less than a year ago. So I haven't got very many of those finished. Alright, then I use scrap paper, cereal boxes, the front and back covers of scrapbook pads, and I cut these, I call these raw tags, and here's some odd sizes. I'm not going to make any more of the odd sizes. Last time I only made the 3x5. I've been using this for years. See, people ask me, do you have you use a Cricut for that or what? Well, maybe Cricut has a pattern for it. I don't know, but no, I don't have a Cricut. I have a Sizzix. It doesn't make. I don't have a pattern this big, but no, I just use my trimmer and I trim them down to 3x5. Then I use this for a pattern and trim the corners. And then recently I found these in the trash at work, and see, these corners are less sharp. And it doesn't matter. So I used one of these the last time, so my corners were less sharp. So those are my raw tags. And then sometimes I take those raw tags and I use my scraps. Sometimes I even make them out of scraps. And I've got these sorted by color. Here's red. And I cover them. This is a Kleenex box. This is scraps. I covered that with scraps. I'm not seeing... Okay, this is some strips of scraps. I do that a lot. Mostly I do like this with stripes going the other direction. And then I cover these up and make the tags and borders. And I decorate them like I showed you in the books. Here's a brown stack. And I tea-dyed some paper one time. This is gift wrap. yeah, I keep busy. So I've got every color. One time I even used, these are really cool, and I haven't used the branding strips on the bottom of the scrapbook paper. I cut out a bunch of those, and I made these. I think they're really cool, but I haven't used any yet. I made a couple small ones too, because they were smaller scraps. And then I have a bunch of strips of paper here. Those I use for my border bases, which I'm going to work on today. I like them on my trimmer. They got to be 11 inches to fit the paper. And then I like them here at the 7 centimeter mark, like 2 3/4 inches wide. That's the size that I like. You can make them thinner or wider, whatever you want. Now for the vertical ones, I like them wider because of the space that's left to fill up on my page. And these are 8 1/2. I have a lot of yellow paper, so I thought I'd use those for the base. And it's totally covered up with my print paper, so it doesn't matter. And I like those to be 9 centimeters wide. Of course, you don't have to follow my rules, whatever makes you happy. So I got these bases here. And then over the years, whenever I cut my 8 1/2, my 12 by 12 paper down to 8 1/2 by 11, I end up with all of these strips. And I sort them by color. Just all kinds of random strips. All sizes. Well, these all have to be 11 to 12 inches to go in this box. And these are for borders, little trim pieces. And every once in a while I go through there and I thin them down by making the border bases. Well, a couple of years ago, I decided to cut down my 12 by 12 paper to 8 1/2 by 11, so I didn't have to do it with every page that I made. There's no way I can catch up now. This is a 1 inch by 12 inch strip from across the top of the 12 by 12 paper to get it down to 11 inches, and they're sorted by color. So keeping up with this, it ain't going to happen. This is just a big backup supply. And then I have this from the side. They're 11 1/2 by, I don't know, 4 inches, 3 1/2. They're big. Well, not big, but I have a ton of these, and they're sorted by color. And for today, I'm mostly just trying to work on the box, what's in that other box. And then I've got this box full of border bases that I'm ready to decorate. Not today. And like I said, I recently started making these shorter ones. And I can decorate these. Some of them are pretty close to being done. I need to go through and add a little something to them. I started because a lot of them had a pattern on the paper going this way, so I didn't want it going that way on my borders. I used to do that, but I've stopped doing that. So I have that size border bases, and then I've got this size multicolor. See, I just glued a bunch of strips on there, and when I decorate them, a lot of it's going to get covered up anyway. So there's a gray one. Some of them are not very attractive, but they get covered up. I like this one. Brown. I got a ton of brown paper. We're going to make some more vintage brown ones. Lots of yellow. Orange. And I added a little green to that one. I can add other colors if I want. There's red. And pink, purple and blue and green. And then in the back here I have so many Christmas tag bases, horizontal border bases, and vertical Christmas bases. So, gotta make some more bases, because sometimes when I make a tag or border, I look through that color. Like I'm gonna make a yellow tag or border, a yellow border, and I pull all those, and that doesn't really fit what I'm wanting to make. So then I need to make some more. And I'm gonna work on pink. I've worked on a few other colors yesterday. Ugh. I already made this one today, and I'm doing both vertical and horizontal. So this one was pretty simple. And this one, we're just going to glue some strips on there and then trim them. Finally getting down to business. But most people probably have never heard of tags and borders, but for me, that's become my way of making them. That's my way of making scrapbook pages. I don't always use a tag and border, but most of the time I do. It just goes so fast. Okay, now this one I'm going to overlap that stripe so that I don't get it extra wide. Alright. My fingers get so sticky. Okay, this is overlapping a little bit, so I'm going to cut that even. Then I'm going to go on the back here. And there's a horizontal border base that I can decorate. And then these scraps, I don't keep the solid color, but the print I keep. This has been building up for the last few days when I've been making those. I haven't videotaped them, so you know you didn't miss the video. And I've made a lot of videos of making tags and borders, if you're wondering what's next past the bases. Okay, so I'm playing with pink. I want to do something with that one. Is that going to look good with that? Yeah, I think so. How about that? Perfect. See, it's not hard, and I do coordinate. I don't fuss a lot about matching colors and stuff, but I do try to coordinate them somewhat, make them look nice. And my tags and borders, the vertical ones, I've been making them a long time, and I started making them to use up all them little bits and bobs, you know, all the extra little things that you accumulate. And so I put a lot of little things on there. That's just the way I like to do it. But my vertical borders, I'm not making them quite as fussy. I'm toning them down some. There's no rules at all. Well, that came up a little short, so I can either glue another strip on there or just trim it off. How does that look? That looks pretty good, I think. I'm going to use that. So the point is to use up my scraps. Use them up. And I like glue sticks. They're very economical. You use your higher quality glue if that makes you more comfortable. There's no rules. I have never used tape. I don't really want to use tape. Tape is, you know, I think a lot of tape you can't shift your pictures around. Once you put it down, it's solid, I think. That's my impression, at least. There, I think that's cute. Let's look at these wide papers. Plates, cups. This one's textured. This I need to trim down to 7. And then, is that a little bold for that? No, maybe not. No. Okay, I'm liking this. Yeah. What else? As you can see, sometimes I use my colored paper for a base or one of my other bases. I'm going to leave a bright red line on either side of this. There. And like I said, I do a lot of the same layouts, but the borders are different, the pictures are different, the subject is different, the colors are different. I don't see them as repetitive at all, in my opinion. I want to do this. That's a good background for that. Not bad. Okay, I gotta trim this down to 7 centimeters. used to have all of my stickers and embellishments sorted by color, like the flowers and the stars and I don't know what. I had them sorted by color, but then I recently changed them to flowers all together, stars all together, like that. And when I had them sorted by color, it was a lot easier for me to make my tags and borders, because I usually stick to one basic color with them, because if I use all the colors at once, it's just too overwhelming. That's kind of simple. How would it look if I put this on there? I would almost need one on the other side. And the glitter ones, you can't really, well, if you're going to glue something onto it and decorate it, it's kind of hard for the glue to stick. Now that's, well, I'm going to call it done, because I've got this one also kind of simple. They're cute. I like them. They're done. They're done. Okay. This is cute. Both sides are cute. I got one. Seems like I've been in my scrap room quite a bit lately, but that's good. Let me see now. Pink lace. Tailor pink lace. Vintage writing. I like that. As a rule, I don't save solid papers, but I do for my strips. Then it just gives me more stuff I gotta get used up. Okay. The sticker. Is it a sticker? Yes, it is. I keep a razor blade handy for some of these stickers that are hard to get loose. Okay, this might be a little bit tricky. That's done. I like that one. Okay. Here's another hot pink piece of paper and trim it down. It takes a lot of work to get this stash down some. It's a lot. Ooh, this is very pretty. Yes. And I need more. I keep reaching for this. I'm going to go for it. I've been making a lot of these tags and borders the last couple of days. This looks like I cut it. No, it's fine. That was crooked, making it look crooked. Yeah. This is just from the last couple of days of glue sticks I've emptied. Here's a couple more. Yeah. These are all empty. Takes a lot of glue. But I have a lot of glue. I've got this, and then two more boxes of 60. I buy them in bulk. This right here is actually from an old calendar. I personally don't fuss a lot about with what do you call it? Acid free. I'm reasonably careful. Well, not maybe not some people, but that's up to you. You really shouldn't be putting acidic stuff next to your photos, because over time it can discolor and damage them, deteriorate them. Isn't that pretty? Yes. Okay. These are kind of old school. I use these up, and then I buy packages of stuff at thrift shops, and I end up with more. Let's go for another solid pink. I am really pretty frugal. I like to use up pretty much anything I can. I've got this. Does it have some pink on it? I wonder if I should. Well, that has to go on a vertical border. Alright. Horizontal border, I mean. I got some pretty stuff here. Here's another strip of that flowers. I don't know how good that looks on hot pink. It needs to be toned down. So, butterflies. That looks good on the hot pink. I keep having hot flashes, and I'm over menopause. I know you wasn't real interested to hear that, but I think it's my pain medicine I'm taking for my arthritis in my back. Yeah, that looks fine. I guess that has no top or bottom. You're probably wondering why I'm keeping these little tiny tags. Because I decorate when I make my tags and borders, I use them just to have, like, I usually put 3 hanging off the edge, along with some of my decorations hanging off the edge a little. And I actually save them in this tip, this bead box. And I do use those. I do. I use a lot of them. This is pretty. Trying to figure out if this has an up or a down. I think that's up. I think I'll use that. What the heck? I don't think it needs much because it's got enough. And the designs often get lost and when I start decorating and gluing stuff onto them. Now you may enjoy using them just like this, and that's very nice. Just decorate your page with that. It's, you know, a more simple look, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I do go in that box of bases and I use them. If I'm doing several pages of say going to a museum or something, I'll just use all the same colored assorted borders to kind of tie the pages together, but not the real fancy ones because they don't really go with the subject of that, you know. That's easy. Okay. Okay, I left for a second, now I'm back. I'm going to fill up one of these pages with stripes. Or strips. Just randomness. Okay, I'm not going to use all of those strips. We'll see how it goes. I'm waiting for the plumber to come today. This is Monday. Yesterday, I do my laundry on Sunday. And I woke up at 6 a.m. Decided to get an early start on it. I went downstairs and the floor drain, you could see where something had come up and gone back down. And this is a month after we had the basement waterproofed, and I nearly killed my back installing flooring and getting it painted and stuff, and I'm off on disability because of it. And so the sewer backed up. Can't win. So they're going to come up today, and the sewer has nothing to do with the waterproofing, because waterproofing is when water seeps in through your walls when you have a heavy rain or a lot of snow melting, and they took care of that, but that has nothing to do with the floor drain. Just can't win. So my floor, the laminate floor, the seams are kind of puckered in that area. It's just too bad. Now, before we did the basement, we had one room that had laminate flooring in it for quite a while. It's not a finished basement. We have cinder block walls that are painted, and we're not going to finish the ceiling because we don't want our taxes to go up. But we just had it painted. We built some walls to make some rooms and painted and put down laminate flooring in that one room. But anyway, that floor had gotten wet a few times. Like the gutter broke off, fell off the back of the house, and so then the water was all there. And that floor just puckered up. And I'm going to go out, when I get around to it, I'm probably going to have to replace that floor. But then about a month later, yeah, it takes a while, it smoothed out again. Not perfect, but it looked pretty good. And then that happened a couple more times, and then and after that, then you could see that it was kind of puckered, but it wasn't bad. So I'm hoping it's going to smooth out as it dries. And this was cheap, 99 cents a square foot flooring. There's no way I'm going to do all of these scraps today. Is that the right width? A little short. I have a ton of brown paper. Wait a minute. Now that don't even... Oh, that don't even look pink now. It's not supposed to be. This one's pink. So these are just computer paper that I've cut down to size. I need to switch out my... This is a cutting board from Dollar Tree. You get 2 in a package, and that's what I use for my glue. I see people doing the journals, and they use an old book, and I don't really understand what that does, but not saying it's a bad thing. That's getting pretty messy, starting to stick to my paper. So there's my other one. Now, what should I do? Let's use this lace on here. Pretty. And then I think I'll use this. How would this look on there? All these holes. Yeah, I'm going to use that thing. I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it. One time I saved all of these circles. Well, I can use them for something. No, just get rid of them. There. I'm going to take my scissors and trim this down. There's another one. I don't have a plan. I'm just gathering. Another dead one. Now lately, I've been taking my letter opener and I've been scooping this last little bit out and putting them all into one and using up that glue, because I use a lot of glue. I mean, how frugal can you get? Maybe that's carrying a little too far, because I got lots of glue stick. Ugh. Okay. I'm probably going to leave a lot of these tags and borders behind when I die. They're not all going to get used. But that's okay, because I hope my daughter carries on the scrapbooking. Well, I've made it so easy for her. The pages are just super simple when you just add a tag or a border. And she does enjoy the scrapbooks a lot. I just glued this side of that blue line because it's not all going to go on there. I am just going to stick it on there like this. And I got to cut it down to size. There. And that strip will be used for something else. I'm going to wait and make one more and then call it quits for the day. Ooh, that's kind of cute. I'm going to do that. Don't know what I'm going to do with it, but we will play it by ear. Okay. Just a bright, solid stripe. Maybe two. Just use enough scraps. Just, wait a minute. How's polka dots go? No. No. Oh, wait, I might do another one. Look at that, isn't it cute? Yeah, okay. I'm not here alone. That was my brother. I'm in my craft room with the door open. If I close the door, then the dog starts scratching on the door. Well, that's pretty basic. Okay, one more. When you scrapbook, you've got to enjoy taking time to organize your stuff, put your stuff away. What else? Create things. You don't have to, but I spend a lot of time just creating things to decorate my pages. And I feel like I don't have any talent. I just go with the flow. Maybe I do have talent. I know some of my subs are going to say, yes, Sandy, you have talent. And I appreciate that. Yes, that's cute. If I need to make a baby girl border, that would be awesome. So I'm going to wrap this up, take a break. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, I got 14 done. So thanks for watching. And I'll probably make another video of maybe doing another color. Bye-bye.